Hi everyone, this is Lady T with your Pride Fire Signs reading for June 2022. Before we get started, I want to say thank you so much for supporting me on the channel. Thank you for all your likes and subscribes, and please continue to support me as we move forward to grow this channel. I apologize that I can't get on here every day. I work full time and I go to school as well, so I get on here as often as I can. But I do hope that you will support me nonetheless. And let's go ahead and get started. As you can see here, there's quite a few decks out. I wanted to do a celebratory reading for Pride Month, and I got some new decks just for that purpose. So that's why it's a little bit later in the month than I wanted. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get going. So here we're going to first look at your tarot messages. So your center energy is King of Wands, creative, passionate individual. Now, King of Wands sometimes gets a bad rap because sometimes they, pretty much are stubborn, want it their kind of way as well. So that's something else that's coming through. On that, they're also somebody based on the undermining energy, which we'll talk about in a minute, maybe someone who wants to win at all costs. The moon here is maybe this King of Wands is either under an illusion or has some secrets as well as could be the message there, because the moon is, is basically looking down and really, this card appears to me very dark. So it's not like the moon is illuminating anything, but to me, that's why I say illusion here. So the King of Wands is under an illusion. The undermining energy, or this King of Wands is not aware of something, is the other thing as well that's coming through with that. But here we have the Five of Swords, which is winning at all costs. You see how this person is, watching as they've won the battle and the other two people are walking away defeated. And maybe there has been a battle and maybe you've won the battle. But I guess the question that I have here is, what did you lose in the process in wanting to win at all costs? Because that's what's coming through. And then here we have in the what led up to this is two cups, which is not always about lovers. It can also be about a choice. So what choice have you made where you wanted to win at all costs, but in the end you really lost? And that's the message that I'm getting with that. But then your outcome is the Fool, and taking a leap of faith in a brand new direction. And we'll get more as we go along, because you guys got the most cards out of any sign, and I drew a lot of cards for every sign. But I will tell you, you guys were the winners on that. So here we have the Rainbow Oracle here to start off with, and the first card is Shaman. Very, very mystical person. Very knowledgeable, has ancient wisdom, can be a healer as a shaman. And the card says, the unbound energy of the ancient shaman alights the path of wellness, wholeness, and freedom. And so what that's telling me is that, the shaman energy is coming in to take you on a journey to your wholeness and health, getting back to your authentic self. And that's why, taking that leap of faith to do this is going to be so important for you. Here we have Muse. And you see these cards, I'm telling you, they are so beautiful. They are worth every penny I spent. The imagery is just off the chain. But here, this is who is your inspiration, is what I'm getting with that. Muse, you are a source of inspiration. Become the muse of your own life and breathe imagination into your own soul. So this is really about taking back your power and your authenticity to become the muse in your own life, become your own inspiration. Not to say that you can't be inspired by others, but you also have to learn how to develop that within yourself. The next one is Heart Choices. And to me, this is about a decision to choose yourself, love yourself. And then when you make that choice to love yourself, and then everything else comes with that. the relationship you're looking for, the abundance you're looking for, or whatever else. You cannot deceive your own heart when you honor your truth and follow your happiness. So are you lying to yourself about something? Because that draws me back to that moon. Are you under the illusion, or are you, lying to yourself about a situation? And really, looking at that and facing that truth, whatever that may be for you. Here we have light weaver, and you see the light around this person. Again, that goes back to that shaman energy a little bit, goes back to, spirit and the light that you carry within you for the world is what I'm getting there. And just beautiful. I love this imagery. It is so beautiful. You are a vehicle of light, creating new paths and joy. Weave your magic into the world. And that is also part of what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to shine your light. You're not supposed to allow anybody coming along to dim your light and try to control what you are doing in your life. And I think that's the understanding that you're coming to. Here we have unearth the earth. And you see how very interesting imagery, because it's almost like, oh, this is transformative to me, because you've got this light body world at the top, and you see how the darkness has been sucked down and removed. It's almost like a transformation where you've gone through this process where the negativity of life and all of the pain of life and the different experiences you've gone through is being removed and healed within you. You are part of the process of unearthing the roots of fear from humanity to an awakened consciousness. So this darkness represents all the fear that's in life, and all the fear that you can have within you, which draws me back to the Five of Swords. That's about conflict, and it could mean also internal conflict along with this message. So really understanding what fear is. And I watched something on TV the other day, and don't ask me where, because I watch a lot of stuff on TV as far as learning and that kind of stuff. And I did see one video, and I apologize, I don't remember who put it out, but they were talking about where fear and excitement are the same emotion in your body, and it's really about how you interpret it. And I thought that was such a powerful statement, because we walk around so many times in fear, and we don't understand that all we have to do is change our perspective about it. And maybe we're misunderstanding the emotion in our body as fear, when it may be just excitement. Okay, just really, really interesting that this is all tying together. And this conversation I had with my children just a couple of hours ago. So I think it's great that it's coming out. And then we have here divine feminine. So this to me is also coming into balance with both sides of you, divine masculine, divine feminine. Flow into the rhythm of the divine heart, your cosmic gateway to all creation. So really stepping into your divine feminine energy after you've balanced it, and then just having that natural flow, going with life as it comes, and not trying to force it, not trying to control it, not trying to worry about the outcome, but really letting go of anything from the past that's hampering your efforts to be in the flow, is another message that's coming out there. Next, we have your goddesses, gods, and guardians deck here. And the first message we have here is Avalon Priestess, Intuitive Awakening. And you see here, you've got the moon on the forehead here. You've got the moon in the sky, and that correlation between light and dark also speaks to me on this. And really, the other piece that I'm getting to is she is, even though her eyes are open, she has gone within, and she's looking through the third eye right here to listen to what spirit wants her to know as far as intuition. And she's getting downloads and messages that way. And she's also shining the light. Again, going back to the light weaver message here. Next, we have Sedna. There is always enough. So really, what this is telling me is this is about, for some reason, the first thing that came to me is a spirit of lack. And really working on, maybe some foundational programming that from childhood, maybe you didn't have a childhood where there was, a lot of money or anything like that, or maybe you just feel like you're not enough. I don't know what that is, but really working on, maybe mindsets or prior programming that are going to be beneficial for you. Next, we have Rihanna and inner strength, and using that inner strength as you move forward to, really letting go of things that need to be let go of, getting into the flow, acceptance, balance with divine feminine, divine masculine within yourself, all that kind of stuff. And speaking of, you've got the next one, which is Mawu Lisa, which is balance. So again, that balance is going to be very important to you. And because you have balance here, and then you have High Priestess of Atlantis, chakra healing, I get a couple of messages with this chakra healing. So a couple of things. Again, you've got your chakras all lit up here. So to me, that could be maybe you're going through Kundalini awakening, perhaps. But also, you see how the crystals are in their hands. Using crystals to align your chakras is the other message that's coming here to get you into balance. So keeping that in mind. But the other thing I was getting to is potentially you are a Reiki healer because of the light in the hands kind of thing too. That's the other message coming in there on that. And you had shaman over here, so you could be, a combination of gifts that you have here. And then here also you have earth magic, and you see how the foliage is wrapped around her arm, because she is in tune with the earth. She receives her grounding from the earth. So really getting grounded at this time is very important to you. Spending more quality time outside, going for a walk, meditating in nature, hugging a tree. And I'm not being funny when I say that. I mean, actually, really seriously, it's almost like Mother Gaia really aligns you and helps you. So getting into grounding and in nature is very important to you. It's almost like a part of you is what I'm getting there. Next, we have the Star Code Astro Oracle, and we have the 11th house community. And to me, this is about maybe collaboration. This is about your soul tribe, and perhaps coming into that. Next, you have progressions journey. So again, one step at a time, really taking the time, being you self-nurturing, caring about yourself, self-love, that you're important, that you're enough. All of these things are coming through, is important as you go on this journey, because you see here, you've got, different kind of mountains, and you've got the clock, so this is a cycle. You're closing out cycles, you're beginning new cycles, and just understanding that, and understanding the cycles in your life as well is the other message that's coming through on that. You've got confrontation next with the opposition card. And you see here, you've got, and I don't know what the heck these are. Are these moose or reindeer? Okay, something with the antler. We'll leave it at that. But there's something in opposition, something that is opposing you at this time, and it could be internally, because you did have the 5 of swords here, so it could be internal conflict, but really rising above that, because you don't want to have anything hold you back. So this opposition is something that you are rising above, because you are not letting anything hold you back, because you've stepped in your power already. You've got Chiron, and you need to heal, right? So you've got, a lot of healing that needs to be done, that has been done also. So I don't want you to negate where you are in your journey at this point, but really understanding how to heal for you is going to be very important. Chakra balancing, Reiki healing, getting grounded in the earth, coming into balance between divine feminine, divine masculine, and specifically you have divine feminine coming out. So that tells me maybe you're in your masculine energy and you need to be more in your divine feminine energy. But you're learning that and you're coming into that. So no negating how far you've come, because you have come quite a bit and you are on like the tail end of the journey as far as alignment is what I'm getting there. But you do need to heal, because this is Chiron, the wounded healer, and you've gone through some things. And so these are things that, these are just the reality of going through healing. It's not a pleasant journey always. There's pain there that has to be addressed. We've got Vesta and Hearth. And when I see this card, besides the imagery in the sky, I see the light there. And the hearth to me is warmth, and really stepping into your heart center, and coming back into warmth, coming back into flow, coming back into divine and feminine balance, so that you are able to flow and be warm again, because you've probably felt like you've been out in the cold, and that's why we're getting this message of warmth again, with this hearth. And here we have Pallas Athena, and this is, asking you to think. So really, looking back over life, looking back at the cycles in life that you've gone through, and learning the lessons and thinking about that. Thinking about how you want to move forward. And the other message that's coming to me too with this thinking is the manifestation. Making sure that your thoughts and your vibration are in line with the things you are calling in, and really determining how you want your life to go from now on. It also comes to me too that you've already made decisions, right? Because you had that Two of Cups here, which also could mean somebody's coming towards you, which could be this King of Wands. But the other thing that I'm getting with that is really making the choices that are important to you, for your best, highest good. And so with that, you really need to think through some things. And when you need to think through some things, you need to take the time necessary for you to do that in the right way, and not allow anybody else coming in to try to dictate to you how fast that process should be. Here we have again Universal Mother, and this is the Mystical Journey Oracle. And this really speaks to me, potentially nighttime sky, maybe stargazing, because to me these are the stars shooting across the sky, kind of thing. That's the imagery that means to me. But this is also again the grounding Mother Earth, Gaia energy as well. Next you have redemption. To me this is, you almost being made anew through source, because I see the energy here, and the depiction here of, she is being nourished, she is being healed, she is being lifted. The negativities of life, the pains of life are being transmuted is the word that comes to mind with this. And then the other thing too, I find it interesting, the imagery on here, because you got two people here on the end. And this card honestly reminds me of the Devil card, where the person is held in place by the rope, and there's two people on that, one person on each side, and for some reason that's what's coming through. So whatever darkness or forces that were against you, kind of thing, you are being released from that. That's the other message that I'm getting with that. Here we have Sanctuary. And I'm trying to see what this is on this card here. And it's just the color imagery on the card. But to me, this is maybe taking a rest, taking sanctuary in spirit right now, and understanding that spirit is your sanctuary, and that they are protecting you is the other message that's coming through. You have rites of passage here. And with the imagery on this is beautiful. The imagery on here almost reminds me of having watched like Hercules and the Eyes in the Sky, from that show. I want to say, was that Hera that was the Eyes in the Sky? But also it's interesting because you have This appears to be the fangs of some kind of creature, probably a snake, maybe, or some kind of creature that has fangs. And just really going through a whole new level is what I'm getting here, rites of passage. So you had to go through this because you want to go to the next level. And so as you go up in anything in life, you're going to have to go through the rites of passage to get there. And that's what I'm getting on that imagery. So ascension is the other message too. Resilience and having that strength of character. The Rhiannon here, inner strength, coming through that tunnel, coming out of the darkness is also another message I'm getting. Even though on this imagery that tunnel was lit, it didn't start lighting up when you were first in it. You're finally out of the tunnel. So as you went further and further in the tunnel, that's when you got to the light, and you were able to see your way out. But initially, when you started this journey, this tunnel, the part you were on was pitch black. And so you had to learn how to shine your own light for yourself. You had to heal for yourself, so that you could make it through this tunnel and go through the rites of passage to achieve coming out on the other side. And also, with the last message here, you had to do shadow work. You had to really look at some things that weren't easy. Looking at yourself and looking at your actions. We all, want to condemn ourselves, right? We've done something in our lives, and therefore we are, this terrible person because we've done, these things. However, we all have light and dark in us. We all have done things that we are not necessarily proud of, but they were lessons for us. And that's how we need to take that. We need to take the lesson, and we need to let the other negative emotions tied to it go, because all they're going to do is hold you back as you try to move forward. So you really want to take the time to heal, and leave the things in the past that need to be left. Forgive the things, the people, the situations, whatever they are, as well as yourself. Very important message on that, because as long as you do not do the shadow work and heal from the past, and stand in forgiveness, stand in victimhood, stand in anything like that, blame, shame, all that, it's not going to allow you to go forward. You're going to have to deal with the shadow work, and rites of passage, resilience, and shadow work. Those are the traits of an ascension, and a spiritual awakening here. So you have definitely transformed. You are definitely transmuting energy. You are definitely moving forward in the right way, stepping into who you are authentically, and then you are really doing what you need to do because you want to achieve some things in this life, and you are here to do great things. Spirit already knows that. It's just you going through the process in a physical 3D version, to understand that as well, because a lot of us have different things in life that take us down a path, and the more we go down these paths, we start to believe that life is happening to us instead of for us, when we had to learn these lessons. If you want the good things in life, you're going to have to deal with the sides of you that may not be so good. You're going to have to accept yourself for who you are. You're going to have to work on those things that you need to work on, and that's just the way it is. Nothing in life comes easy if it's worth it. Okay, so here we have some other oracle cards that I drew, and don't ask me what they're called because I have no idea. I didn't keep the box. But they're beautiful too. They have beautiful color on them. Cardinal Signs is the first one. It's funny. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. And so we have initiating, pioneering, creative, enterprising, visionary, dynamic, go-getters, self-starters, leaders, enthusiastic, domineering, focused, and energetic. And this is really talking about the traits of the cardinal signs, right? And which trait are you embodying? And you're embodying quite a few. Especially the creative, the assertive, the enterprising, visionary, dynamic, self-starter, leaders, enthusiastic, and you want to stay away from the negative traits of domineering, kind of thing. Okay. Next we have Vulcan Comet, hidden desire, talent, shadow self. Again, shadow work. Remove old, make room for new. You've got to clear out. If you want manifestations to come in, you have to clear out things in order for them to have room to come into. So make sure you're doing that. Make room for new, undiscovered planets, spiritual awakening. Again, we talked about that. Healing, we talked about that. Mystery, forging paths. Again, you've got the moon here, so maybe that's the mystery we were talking about earlier. Forging paths. So you are going on your own path. You are not following anybody else's path right now. You are on your own path. Here we have Scorpio, archetype, the mystic, symbol, scorpion, element, water, modality, fixed, color, black, tarot card, death, body part, genitals, planet, Pluto, Mars, strengths, regenerating, transforming, penetrating, erotic, mysterious, magnetic, resourceful, passionate, brave, proud, psychological, sensitive, intuitive. But the not so strong sides of Scorpio listed here is the weaknesses: power hungry, obsessive, extremist, vindictive, perceptive, paranoid, distrusting, manipulative, jealous, violent, rage, intense. And that leads me back to this Five of Swords here for some reason. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio here. But that is, somebody who is in the lower energies of Scorpio, where they're wanting to win at all costs and they're being manipulative and doing things like that to do so. And so you don't want to be in that energy, and you don't want to be around people that are in that energy as well. You've got fourth house of home, house of home rather, sign Cancer, planet the moon, home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundations, mother, child, women, femininity, nurturing, childhood, origin story, growing up. So really wanting to, go home, feel at home. Right now it's important, and I think that's why you got, what was that card? Community was one of them. Where was the other one? There was another card, Sanctuary. That's what it was. Ninth house, house of higher knowledge. Sign Sagittarius, planet Jupiter, travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, law, religion, cross-cultural relations, learned ethics, spirituality, foreign countries, expanded horizons, higher meaning, prophecy, and quest. So this could be, your spiritual gifts kicking into a higher level. This could be that you might be meeting a Sagittarius, those kinds of things, that you could have the gift of prophecy. Here we have Aquarius, that was in reverse, but I don't read these cards in reverse, unless, you're focused on the weaknesses, which we'll cover anyway. Aquarius, archetype, the rebel, symbol, water bearer, element is air, modality is fixed, color is cobalt blue, tarot card is the star, body part is lower legs, ankles, planet is Uranus, Saturn, strengths, reforming, independent, eccentric, unconventional, innovative, inventive, friends with everyone, positive, original, humanitarian. Weaknesses, and that humanitarian goes back to being the light weaver, and then also unearth the earth, that kind of thing. Weaknesses, disorganized, anarchist, deviant, erratic, unpredictable, temperamental, uncompromising, aloof, avoids emotions. So again, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or someone could be in their Aquarius energy and exhibiting some of those signs, either strengths or weaknesses at this time. Trine aspect, agrees, difference degrees difference 120, sign difference same, element fire, earth, air, or water, most positive, harmony, innate talents, perfect vibe, opportunities, blessings, fortune, fame, luck, seize the moment. And so this is a new opportunity coming in, because maybe you have a trine in your chart. So you might want to look at your birth chart, because you probably have a trine in there for this card to come out. Next, we have opposition aspects. Second card of opposition here. Degrees difference 180. Sign difference. Same modality and compatible element. Positive natural gifts. Easy, sweet compatibility. Yin yang. Again, that balance. Support. Opportunities. Action. Manifest. Duality. Polarity. Equilibrium. Reflection. So really, to me, this opposition in this card is speaking to how that's going to work to your benefit. So again, if you are coming into opposition about something, maybe this is something you need to confront, because after that, you're going to have the opportunities come into your life. There's something about that. Fifth house, house of pleasure. Sign Leo, planet the sun. Romance, love, affairs, play, creativity, fertility, childlike spirit, joy, self expression, casual sex, fun, games, hobbies, child, drama. So, really, you know, honing in on the positive aspects of this, or you could be also dealing with the Leo. Here we have vertex, calculated point where the sun and celestial path meet. Destiny point, opening, doors, closing doors, start, finish, arrive, leave, fate, karmic, wish fulfillment, major turning points, meeting soulmates, birth and death. And to me, this is the duality of life, light and dark, rebirth and death. All those kinds of things have a polar opposite, right? And so that's what this is talking about here. This is talking about, cycles opening and closing, karma, both good and bad, that kind of thing. Pluto, Sun, Scorpio transits every 10 to 20 years. Power, transformation, destruction, regeneration, phoenix energy, manipulation, shadow force, psychoanalyst, radical change, darkness, death, rage, rebirth, renewal, endings, evolution, explosion, explosive, taboos, jealousy, volcanic, hidden gifts. Again, Pluto energy stepping in. So you could have Pluto in your chart, and you might want to take a look at where that is in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Scorpio who could be in any one of these energies here. Because that's like the second or third card about manipulation. Square aspect, we have degrees difference 90, sign difference same, modality, cardinal, fixed, or immutable. Hard, challenges, growth, conflict, struggles, tension, drama, blocks, friction, strength, perseverance, and adjustments. And so you had inner strength here. You had balance, but you also have, some of the drama aspects, blocks, tension, struggles, conflict. Again, you have the Five of Swords here. So again, you could be dealing with someone who's trying to bring conflict into your life. Also. And again, that could be, as we talked about, it could be internal conflict as well as another message with that. You've got Uranus, sign Aquarius, transit every 7 years, technology, rebellion, innovation, dislikes rules, unpredictable changes, eccentricity, instability, breakthrough, intuition, detachment, science, unexpected, higher mind, humanity, and patience, upheaval. So, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be embodying any of these things listed. Maybe having instability, but then, again, when you do shadow work, when you go on a journey, you're going to have periods where you feel unstable. You want to be secure, sanctuary. You want to be at home, where was that at? There was a card about home. I know there was. Okay, I don't know where it is right now. So many out here, but being at home, feeling comfort, okay, as you're going through the various changes, when you're dealing with the past and the pain and transmuting the energy, you can embody a lot of these attributes. Next, you have seventh house, house of relationships, sign Libra, planet Venus, relationships, marriage, contracts, business, partners, equality, sharing, interpersonal relationships, long-term relationships, enemies, balance, yin yang, masculine, feminine. And again, we've talked about the balance, potential enemies as depicted in this Five of Swords here, where again, you could have enemies, or maybe there was some kind of conflict and you came out on top, but I keep getting the message, what did you lose in doing it that way? Okay. And this could be also be about the contracts. If you're a twin flame, there's a contract, soulmate contract, that kind of thing when it comes to relationships. We have Palace comment, the daughter, creative intelligence, relationships, friendships, justice, Athena, war, masculine, the head, the mind, the brain, decision making, strategy. And again, the King of Wands is passionate. The King of Wands is creative. But if they're in their negative energy, they can be manipulative. They can be, more on, causing the war, strategizing, Those are some of the sides that you want to be aware of that you're not doing. If you want to strategize, yes, but strategize for the right reason, not to, manipulate someone, kind of thing, right? First house, house of self, sign, Aries, planet Mars. Well, here we are. And you had self, ego, appearances, the body, first impressions, attitude, identity, approach to life, our focus, character, personality, behavior, physical nature, aggressiveness, way of thinking. And something that just came to me when it talked about way of thinking is really looking at life from a different perspective. The glass isn't always half full. Life is not always happening to you. It could be happening for you. But when you're going through, the journey, it doesn't feel like that. It does feel like it's happening to you. But when you're on the other side of the journey, you understand, you have that higher understanding that it was happening for you. And so you learn as you go through the journey not to be the victim in the situation. The moon, sign Cancer, transits every 2.5 days. Friends, Mercury, Sun, neutrals, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. Emotions, private selves, deep thoughts, inner selves, feminine side of self, inner world, nurturer, maternal instinct, reflection, root, security, home, subconscious food. So again, really wanting to have basic needs met, stepping into your divine feminine energy. Again, that came out earlier. So really, again, going back to the balance and the revelation of things from the moon to you of what maybe you need to work on, right? Fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, stable, solid, sustaining, persistent, resistant to change, trustworthy, stable, loyal, grounded, reliable, focused, stubborn, inflexible, persistent, confident, loyal, maintaining. And the only reason why I'm reading these is so that you can see both sides of these different aspects, because you could be embodying any one sign of these. I mean, you could be, the person who is stable and solid, but you could also be stubborn, or you could be inflexible. And so those are things that you're going to need to take a look at and to really work on as you go through. Next, you have Virgo. You could be dealing with the Virgo. You could have Virgo in your chart. Archetype, the purist. Symbol, virgin. Element, earth. Modality, mutable. Color, brown. Tarot card, the hermit. Body part, abdomen. Digestive system, planet Mercury. Strengths, practical, discriminating, meticulous, organized, helpful, economical, loyal, hard working, purity, reserved, sensible, modest. Weaknesses, petty, picky, judgmental, nitpicking, obsessive, compulsive, neurotic, worry, all work, no play, practical, and perfectionist. So really, again, all of these signs could be playing a role. You could be stepping into these energies if you don't know what's in your chart, where it is, kind of thing. You could be embodying any of these energies here. And so really knowing the positive and the negative of each of these aspects is really going to help you, because then you can really see which aspect you are taking on, and then work through that as you do your shadow work. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Inner Star Oracle. And again, you have a ton of messages, so this reading is probably going to be longer than any other that I did for this. So the first one, soul connection. So you're in a soul soulmate connection, twin flame connection. As you move forward, it is speaking to that, or if you're not, you will. Embodied knowing. Again, you just have this way of knowing things. You are gaining wisdom. Spirit is guiding you at this time, and they imparting all kinds of wisdom into you. You have expand your heart. So if you've gone through something, you've closed your heart down, you are being asked to expand your heart, heal your heart, take a look at your heart chakra, and get that in balance. Positive reflection, again, maintaining that high vibe, not letting the negativity, creep in and stay in. It's, we all have ups and downs, but we need to know how to pull ourselves out of that, and not live in that. And I think that's the message there. So really keeping your thoughts positive. You had the thinking card here too. So find your calm. Again, balance, grounding. Balance your chakras, get outside, meditate, walk, do whatever you do to calm yourself down, to really keep you in that high vibe space. Be enchanted. So be in love with yourself. Take care of yourself, nurture yourself. Know that Spirit made you just the way you are, that you are loved, you are enough. You are everything Spirit made you. You just have to see that. Inner resources. So again, I see the inner strength here, and so that's what is coming to me here, is that you have everything that you need within you. You just have to use your strength to get to it. And you have to dig through the layers of what life has put on you, the lies that life told you, or the lies that you feel life told you and you believed. You have to release that. Forgive, release, let go. The goddess within. Yeah, so you can get to this goddess within, and step into your power fully. So next we have always evolving. So understanding that the journey doesn't just stop because you healed today. The journey is an evolving kind of situation. You have a new cycle beginning, so therefore you're starting in the new journey. You're starting out again as the Fool. So if you look at all the cards in the tarot deck, the Fool is the first card. So you're going to go through on this next level, you're going to go through the cycle again. But have you learned all the lessons so that this cycle is a lot easier than the last? Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, activate your mind. Again, think about what you want, manifest what you want, get into a place to receive what you want. Do the work to move everything out of the way that has been in your way, so that you can have the life that you want to live, in your authentic self. Clarity of insight. Again, seeing the truth of the matter, seeing that you are more than enough, that God made you, source made you, spirit made you the way that you are intrinsically supposed to be. You just have to understand that. But it takes time to get to that, and the journey itself takes time. But I want to applaud you because you are already doing the work. You've done quite a bit of the work, and you just are being asked to keep going. And also the other message I'm getting with that is the intuitive side of you. Paying attention to your intuition, it will not lead you astray. But understanding there is a difference between intuition and fear. Fear is, loud, and it's like, it's loud, it's overwhelming, and if you stay in fear, it just draws more fear to you. But remember, your intuition is within 3 seconds of the first thought that you have. Fear is much louder. Your intuition is much quieter. So you may have to go within, and meditate and get outside into nature and ground to hear that, gain that clarity of insight. And then matching vibration. We talked about this. Getting your vibration up there, keeping it up there, so that you can bring in the things that you have manifested that are waiting on you. And getting out of your own way. That's the other thing that just came to me. Spiritual truth. Understanding the truth of what Spirit made you for, that you are made exactly as Spirit wanted you to be. The lessons and everything that you came and you're going through right now, they are a part of your plan for this lifetime. So accepting that and just saying, okay, how can I do this in an easier fashion? How do I get in the flow? Because I'm fighting changes. I'm fighting the shadow work. I'm fighting against myself. I'm in conflict with myself. Okay. And then we have express your truth. Again, if you need to say something, then say it. But you always do that in the right way. And the reason why I say that is because karma is always available to everyone. So if we don't handle things, and we don't walk in integrity, we don't walk in compassion, and we don't walk in the things that we know we should, then we bring karma to us. So be very careful about that. When you're in a high vibration, you're going to know how to say what you need to say the way it needs to be said. Okay, love your true self. Again, getting to your authentic self, getting back to the self-love that you had before the world put all of these layers on top of you, before you believed you weren't X, Y, or Z, all of that. Take the next step. Again, the Fool. Take the next step. Take this opportunity for this new beginning. Move forward. Leave the past behind. Take the lessons with you and leave all the rest behind. Magical gratitude. Again, an attitude of gratitude will carry you through so many things. Because if you can keep it back to, man, you know, I've got a roof over my head, I've got a bed to sleep in, I've got my family around me, or I've got, you know, a soft pillow, whatever it is that can get you to a place where you can feel the gratitude deep in your heart, then that's the gratitude that you want to stay in. And being thankful to spirit, your ancestors, your archangels, everyone that has supported you through this entire journey and continues to support you every single day. And the other message I'm asking you is get in touch with them, ask them for help. Okay, and don't be afraid to bend a knee. That's the other thing that's coming through there. And embrace the change. Again, not resisting change, accepting things the way that they are, and not being under the illusion of the moon. Okay, because I'm getting a reminder to say that at the end here. Because the moon, you know, hides things. And are you under the illusion of something that you are, you know, believing that is just not true? Okay, now we've got some other messages for you. We have the messages from the Ancestors Oracle. The answer is near. So the question that you're asking, you're going to receive an answer soon. And the card is, the answer to your question will come within 18 hours. Interesting, say the ancestors. We can impress upon you the answer you seek. But first, ask us your question, then simply step out of your own way whilst we orchestrate the solution. So your ancestors are standing by to give you, you know, some answers. But if you don't ever ask the question, then they can't help you. They can't answer for you. You have to, you know, enlist their help, because they're not allowed to come in and support you and do anything for you without you really asking for that. That's part of the free will thing. Add love to nourish. Take a moment or two to bless your food and drink, just as we did before you. Creates an awareness of how you are nourishing your system. Know that you are ultimately serving your body, mind, and spirit, say the ancestors. So again, being thankful for your food, being thankful for having food and having drink, because there's so many people going through things right now where they, you know, everything is up in the air right now, right? So everything that we have, we need to be very thankful for. Psychic sense. What you saw or sensed in your peripheral vision was real. Although we feel you may have put it down to being mere imagination, insist the ancestors. Your loved ones on this side of the veil want you to know that they will always watch over you. So something that you saw that you didn't believe, they're telling you whatever you saw was real. Every life event has value. No life experience, be it a relationship, an endeavor, a study, is ever wasted. Assure the ancestors. Every road traveled and each emotion felt has formed the uniqueness of who you are now. So again, taking the lessons, taking the wisdom from any and every situation, and moving forward with that, because it's what you're going to need as you move forward. Choose to be the victor. Again, getting away from that victor mentality. Although you may feel a victim of life circumstances or of a recent deal gone sour, we want you to realize that you really have a say in how your cards play out in the future, says the ancestor. So be careful what you're manifesting. Because when you get into victim mentality, you're in a negative place and you can manifest negatively. And you don't want to do that, because you realize that part of your manifestations from the past have been due to that. You have help from above. Spiritual forces are with you now, bringing you a creative new insight and a clear direction. This is a time of renewed enthusiasm and clarity for you and your loved ones, promise the ancestors. So your ancestors are helping you, right? They're bringing you some new ideas and insights, and they're helping you see things from a higher perspective. We heard your prayer. You asked for a miracle, and we have noted your request. Now step aside and allow divine intervention in us to create the mighty work inspired by love, says the ancestors. So you've asked for some miracle in a situation, whether that be with yourself or involving someone else. And now they're telling you, hey, move out the way. We're trying to bring it to you. We're working on it. So again, be thankful for that in advance. Here we have some ancestral messages here, and this is by Queen Sugar. So thank you, Queen Sugar. You will be the first multimillionaire in your family. Now that's a nice way to start off right there. So this is talking about the abundance and the creativity and the ideas that they're bringing into you and how that is going to pan out in your life. Watch the people and energies that surround you. Again, staying in high vibe, cutting out negativities, really putting boundaries up against those negative energies. You have to believe in yourself the way we believe in you. Again, ancestor spirit, everybody knows the real you. It's just you coming back to your authentic self is what you're going through now. And like I said, that's not an easy process, but you've done a lot of the work. Keep going. Wipe off your third eye. You are missing some things. So really working on your third eye chakra at this time. Again, that chakra healing here. You're not hearing us. We gave you many messages and signs already. Reflect on what has already been delivered. So paying attention to the messages you've already received. What you want is out there manifesting you. So something you want is wanting you. Meditate more, ground yourself back to that earth magic we talked about. Pay attention to the snakes in the grass and the crows in the sky. So really paying attention to, some opposition forces you have around you, people that could be pretending to be your friend and they're really not. Those kinds of things. It's time to let go. You have to move on, beloved. So again, letting go of the past, the pain, and then also stepping into the flow, not being worried about outcomes. Not right now. Find something else to focus on while we work on this for you. So again, they're trying to bring in the miracle you asked for, but it's going to take time. Yes, yes, and yes is the answer. Whatever questions you're asking, they're telling you the answer is yes. It's okay if you thought you were over it, but it hits you all over again. Healing is a process. Yeah, grieving over a pain, a loss, or anything in our life that meant a lot to us, a situation, circumstances, whatever it is, you thought you were over it, but there are levels to pain. So you might have healed the first level, but you didn't necessarily hit the root of it yet. And that's, I think, what you're hitting now. That's why they're giving you that message. Release the burden of worries, give them to us. We will take care of it. Yeah, stop worrying because it's not doing anybody any good, especially you. We're celebrating your success along with you. Again, all the accomplishments you've had up to this point, you've done a great job. Just keep going. And there's more to come because remember, you have abundance coming in as well. We love you. They are sending you a huge hug, like, the grandmother hug, the kind that you could just stay there forever. Your ascension is here. You are leveling up. It might be challenging, but you will get through it. Again, understanding that you are in the process and that it's hard to be in the middle of something. You can't see all the work. You can't see what it was for. You can't see any of that because when you're going through shadow work, you're in the dark. Remember, you've got to come through that tunnel. You've got to use your resilience to get through that tunnel. This is the moment where we need you to accept and know the power that you hold within. Stop sleeping on yourself. So again, knowing who you are, step into your power and stay there. In order to truly heal, you must address old traumas and wounds. And again, really stepping into that healing energy, you're going to have to do the shadow work. If you want all of the things that you've put out there, all of the high vibration things that you want in your life, you're going to have to heal to get them because the vibration you're at now is stalling out those desires. You already know the answer. Again, you know what you need to do. Why aren't you doing it? It's time to release all physical, energetic toxins from your life, purify and detox. If you don't plan to win the game, then why are you playing? So if you're not really trying to heal, then why are you pretending you're trying to heal? If you really want these things, you're going to have to do the work. Premature announcements attract evil or negative energy. Keep some things to yourself. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. Just do it. Write, pick up that pen and write. So you're really being asked to journal, write some things down right now because it's going to be helpful to you, especially when you look back at it after this process is done. You are our answered prayer. So your ancestors are thanking you for everything that you're doing because they see your progress and they want you to know that they see it. They want you to keep going. No, it just wasn't for you. What is yours will always be yours. So they took something away from you that wasn't healthy for you, and that's why they took it away. Be patient, seek the right moment and opportunity, then be swift and collect your blessings. So again, divine timing, be patient. And I know I hate those words just as much as I hate saying them. Celebrate and be grateful for every opportunity that has been gifted to you. No gift is ever too small. And again, that's attitude of gratitude that we talked about. Okay, last deck, and then we are done. And fire signs, I'm going to tell you, whew, my throat is like on fire. Okay, How can we help? We are ready to assist as needed. Just be clear about what you really need at this time. So this is really about what you want to ask your ancestors and your spirit team to help you to do, and be clear on what you're trying to do. What is the end goal? What do you need help with? It's time for you to let people know that it is a privilege to have you in their life. So this is stepping into your power, putting your boundaries up and not putting up with people's shit. People do not deserve your energy, your time, your effort. If they are not giving back to you, they are not treating you right, cut them off and move forward. And I believe some of you are already done that. Protect your time, body, energy, mind. Saying no is a protection spell. Don't be people pleasing. People pleasing is a sign of codependency. Look up codependency if you don't know what that is. But people pleasing, needing to have validation outside of yourself, overgiving to the point where it's your detriment, where you're draining yourself so much that you don't even have any energy for you. No. Look into codependency. Change is coming. Can you handle it? We only ask because your life is about to transform. So here we are. You're almost at the end of that transformation, and now you're going to have this new beginning, and you're going to have this abundance. You're going to have some things coming into you that really you have asked for. So the question is, are you aligned with it? Are you ready for it? Never accept the crumbs. It's either the whole loaf or nothing. Yeah, stop settling. You deserve more than this. And then when you step into your power, you're going to understand that, and you're going to know that, and you're not going to accept less. Sweetheart, don't ever let anyone silence your voice and dim your light. Here, you're a light weaver. That's what you're meant to do. You don't let nobody come in here and try to control you and manipulate you and all that bullshit. No, we don't do that. Listen, now's the time to listen. Get in a still place. Go out in nature. Listen, listen, listen. Spirit, your ancestors are trying to talk to you and help you. They're trying to give you the answers you're asking for, but you're not listening. You'll be amazed at what you attract when you start believing in yourself and what you deserve. Again, stepping into your self-confidence, stepping into your power. Your light will irritate many unhealed souls. You know what? People are going to hate on you. Accept that and move on. Why are you worried about other people's opinions anyway? Your sacral chakra needs some attention. Connect with water and eat sweet potatoes, carrots, mangoes, and or citrus fruits. So working on your sacral chakra will help with power as well. Watch how you use your money. You don't want to overspend, but you also don't want to hold on too tightly. Having a flow with money as well. No overspending, treating yourself right, but no, overspending over impulse. You're about to meet the reason why you couldn't settle. So, here it is. It's coming in. It makes us happy to see you heal. You are doing a great job, see? We know it can be hard, but you are strong and will be fine. Again, inner strength. Resilience. Balance is needed. Meditate more. Go outside. Experience nature. Again, all repeating messages we've talked about. We hear you. We have always heard you. Just know we are working behind the scenes to make it work. And again, having that patience for them to bring it in. You are never alone, my dear. Even in the darkest hour on the coldest nights, you are right. We are right by your side. So as you went through this tunnel, as you were in darkness, as you did the shadow work and continue to do the shadow work, as you sought out this sanctuary, all of these things, your spirit team was right there with you. It's okay if you haven't figured it all out yet. That is the beauty of the journey. You get to decide where you go next. So now, when you step into your power, you come into this high vibration, you're manifesting your life the way you desire it to be. And you don't know when it's going to happen. That's the mystery of the universe. You are being nudged to finish what you started. Stop putting it off, because that completion will unlock your next level for you. It's okay if it still hurts. Cry and release all that pain. Don't let it sit inside and fester. Release it so you can restore that space with healed energy. And again, transmuting that negative energy, giving it over to spirit, but you've got to release it. And you only release it when you're willing to release it. And releasing it means you cry. You might cry for days. When I was going through certain levels of my healing, I cried a lot. But I needed to, because that was cleansing for me. And that's the only way I knew how to release it. I talked to God, I wrote, I did all kinds of things to release transmute that energy. If only you could see what's coming, you wouldn't care to stress about what's happening now. So even though you don't see what's coming, you have to have faith and believe that it is. You have to have faith in spirit. They're always going to do the thing that is for your highest good. They're always going to look out for you. They're always going to have your back. Money will flow into your life like water. Remember, you're going to be the first multimillionaire in your family. You are receiving money from everywhere now. Get ready to enjoy it. So enjoy this gift. Love is coming your way. Are you ready to meet the one? They are the perfect match for you. So they are bringing in your twin, your soulmate. Pay attention to your dreams because we're sending you a clear answer in the next 4 days. Your root chakra is off. Reground yourself by dancing and meditating so you are balanced. And your financial abundance is near. Hold on just a little longer. You will be taken care of, my dear. So again, you've got multiple messages of blessings coming your way. And you've done the work. Keep doing the work. Keep releasing. Keep letting go. Staying in the balance, high vibration. Keep understanding that life does not happen to you. It happens for you because you are already a child of spirit. Spirit is not going to leave you hanging. You may think spirit's leaving you hanging, but it's not. It's right there with you. And it's trying to help you, any way that they can. But you have to also do your part. And that's just really all about the healing journey to get back to your authentic self. So I hope you enjoyed this. Much love and light, fire signs. Lady T.